This is another simple bank reconciliation, somewhat different problems in here. So Samira Systems most recently reconciled this bank statement. So as of the prior month, I have the information, 2 checks outstanding. Check number 1780 was still outstanding, and I have the following information for the May statement. So I have the current balance as of the bank statement, checks that were put through, and deposits that reached the bank. Over here, I have the accounting records. So I have the cash receipts journal and the cash disbursements journal and the roll forward of cash here. So I begin by putting my titles up here. Bank book. Okay, put that down there a little bit. Bank book. I need my balance as of 5/31, 21,762.70. Okay, I found that right there. So this actually could be a TBS on a screen that you're pulling the numbers from. And now I look for deposit and transit, and I'm going to put my framework here for outstanding checks and adjusted. Okay, so that's my framework. I'm going to work on the bank side first. So deposits in transit. I did not have any deposits in transit noted on the prior month's statement. So I'm going to begin by reconciling the bank deposited this amount, my book deposited this amount. Okay, and I'm going to click them off with some kind of a tick mark of sorts. If you're working on a computer, they must be able to allow you to highlight it or use a yellow marker to highlight it. Okay, this is a credit memo, so they must have collected a note there, and 2079. So I have this one outstanding, so I put a tick mark with an O there. Okay, and that that deposit amounted to 2727.30. Okay, in case you can't read that, 2727.30. So I got my cash disbursements. Now my outstanding check, they said that check number 1780 was still outstanding, and that check was the amount of 1425.90. And I always put a little bit of a hashtag, some kind of tick mark that it traces to the prior month's bank statement and not to the current cash disbursements. So now let's see what I've got outstanding here. So the 781 cleared from the prior month, 382.50. Okay. They're not always in order. Here's an NSF check. And I've got a 654 and a 644. So right away I know I've got an error, okay? And it's my error. And it says down here in my other information, it says down here that this check 1788 was correctly drawn for 654 and we put it in for the wrong amount of 644. So I have an additional $10 to take out of the general ledger. Okay, do we see how we made the error? The bank correctly cleared that check, and I've got to correct that one. And check number 1789, I don't see it clearing the bank, so I have check number 1789 for 639.50. And here we go, check number 1786 for 353.10. I put the brackets around the checks just so that I know when I'm doing my calculator, I'm running that number. Okay, 21,762. Okay, I get a total of 22,071.50. Okay, that's what I have to target to. So now I go over to the book side of things. Okay, looking at the book side, I'm looking for my book balance. There's my book balance right here in the general ledger. and balance per books is $15,177.30. Okay, and I noted that I received a note receivable. So I have a note receivable that was collected. That's an addition that I did not have yet in my books. And sure enough, I double checked my information here. And the credit memorandum is from a $7,350 note that the bank collected for the company. The collection has not yet been recorded. I need to record that addition. Okay, I need to record that addition. I have an NSF check, and that is a subtraction that I have to record to the books. Okay, the NSF check bounced. It came out of my account. I need to record it and then rebill that customer for things. Do I have a service charge? Yes, here's my service charge right here, and it's $14. Service charges are always deducted, right? Nobody gives you interest anymore. So do I see anything else? I review my other information to see if there's anything else, a bank error, an NSF check, and a credit memo. So I've got all of those things there. I'm now ready to get out the adding machine here, the calculator. By all means, please do this with your calculator. You will find out problems that your calculator might have, or the way that you read a calculator or enter something in a calculator. So by all means, practice using a calculator that's real similar to the calculator that they put on screen. So there's my bank reconciliation. They both equal. If you did not equal, subtract the difference and divide by 2. One of these probably flipped its value. So that's a quick bank reconciliation where you have to clear the outstanding things. They've given you, in the TSB, they've given you a sample of a bank statement and sample of cash receipts, disbursements, and the cash roll forward. All right, that's solving simple bank reconciliation. Thank you. This is Professor Campbell.